Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Susan, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. It's another edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, right here nightly, as the title says. You can call us on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. All you have to do is pick up your cell phone and hit 412-575-2600. You can also tweet us at KDPomp, at Ron Cook PG. We'll begin with the Penguins. Boy, do they continue just to dominate, not only on the ice, but in the heads of the Columbus Blue Jackets. 3-0 tonight. Matt Murray played well, gets his fourth shutout. Team in front of him blocked a lot of shots, played well. They scored 3 goals. They did everything they had to do except scoring a 5-on-3, which is something we'll get into later. But Ron Cook of the Post-Gazette is here, 93.7 The Fan. And Ron, now this means the Penguins have jumped into third place in their division. It's Washington behind the Islanders, who won tonight, but they're the same amount of points, 85-85. So, if you're used to seeing Pittsburgh, Washington in the postseason, you may see it in the first round this year. Who knows?
You may. What's important, though, Bob, is they beat Columbus, as you said, 8 times in a row now, and they win Saturday night in Columbus. They'll be 6 points ahead of them. Columbus won't come back from 6 down. They can basically bury them as far as them Columbus passing the Penguins. Great game tonight. The crowd very much into it. They loved Kessel finally getting a goal after in his 17th game, 16 in a row without one. Murray was outstanding. Guys got hurt and blocking shots and left the ice and then came back. It was a brutal physical game. Wilson was involved in a big fight. I think the crowd got their money's worth tonight. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun at the arena. A lot of that time of year.
People love Phil Kessel. It's an amazing phenomenon.
An amazing story.
Here he is, 16 games without a goal. And the way he plays, if he doesn't score, a lot of people say, well, he's really not that much value to you. And yet, the other night I saw something that I very rarely see in sports, is that crowd was encouraging him to keep going, Phil. Come on, we got your back. It's 16 games. The guy's making an awful lot of money, hasn't scored in 16 games. If you're in another market, you see a lot of people booing and this kid, get rid of him, blah, blah. They supported this guy, and tonight, it looked like everyone in that building, standing ovation, the players got involved, and afterwards, Ron, you said in the locker room, they were just all over him, congratulating him as if he'd never scored before.
Yeah, he walked in and apparently goes, wow, look at this. I scored 1 goal and I get this. You could tell the team was very much into it. I mean, Sid about jumped into his arms. So did Malkin and Hornquist. You know, they love the guy. I mean, he's a tough guy to coach. I think Mike Sullivan, if he was taking truth serum, would tell you that. But he's been a big-time playoff performer for him. Not so much last year, but in the 2 Cup years. And if they get him going, they really might turn into something here. And it was fun to see him get that goal. The other night was, I'm with you, I was amazed. But I think he brought a lot of that on, Bob, himself, because he got that grin like, I can't believe I can't score. Right. And they followed him all the way to the bench, and the crowd just erupted. They love the guy.
We have a lot to talk about with the Penguins. We'll continue to do that. Call the number, air your opinions. We'll also talk about the Steelers. Will Antonio Brown be dealt tomorrow? We have some late stuff from Jerry Dulac of the Post-Gazette that indicates there may not be a time frame on that. We'll also talk about 2 signings the Steelers made. The Pirates get a lot of home runs today by some kids who are going to be part of their future. Maybe not now in the present, but certainly in the future. We'll talk all about that and more. Call us right now. It's 412-575-2600. That puts you in touch with us right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.